Hello and welcome to another Gubba video. I'm Gubba and I have a huge announcement. And before we get to that huge announcement, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Okay, so seriously, this is the biggest announcement of my whole entire life. As you guys can see, I'm out here with some trees. I'm out in nature, in a greenhouse, in a garden, and let's see, are those the cows? Yeah, and some cows. And I would like to share that I moved out of the city and bought a little farm. I'm super excited. It has always been a dream of mine. You can check out gubbatv.com. I've been talking about it for a long time, just preparing and wanting to be completely self-sufficient. And my great-grandparents were homesteaders, and I've written about them on my website. And they literally homesteaded. One pair of my grandparents came over from Europe back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and they got some land and they homesteaded, and my grandparents grew up on the homestead, and the homestead's actually still in the family today, which is cool. And I wanted to go out there and learn all of the knowledge from, let's see, who would it be? It's a distant family member, like a second cousin or something, who has the homestead. I want to go out there and learn all of their knowledge about canning and gardening and everything that has been passed down through generations. And I'm super excited. I'm standing in front of my garden right now, and I've worked on some garden prep videos already. One of the first things I did was get all of the weeds out of one of my raised garden beds. I plan to build more garden beds. You can check out on my website. I built a 8-foot by 4-foot raised garden bed earlier this year at my old house. Started planting and gardening then. Had no idea that I was going to be moving to a little farm, a little Gubba homestead. Yeah, this is the Gubba homestead. All the opportunities and the abundance that this little place is offering, and truly this little farm is a miracle. There were so many miracles that went into this whole process of me ending up here, and it's crazy to think that the wheels started turning for this to happen years ago, and I never realized it until I was going through the process of moving and preparing to move out here. And then I had the opportunity to reflect on the past few years of my life, and truly just so grateful to God. It's just been an amazing experience. And I know I don't talk about religion and everything on my stream, but this is truly who I am. And I've talked about it a little bit, just like my belief, and I don't talk about my religions per se, but I think that you guys know that I believe in God and Jesus Christ, and it's truly been such an amazing faith building experience. I was in such like a dark place for quite a while, probably like 8 months. And then this opportunity sort of started stirring, and it really helped me just like dig out this hole that I was in. And it wasn't just like a faith building experience because I wanted something to happen. Truly, it's just been a life-changing experience. I cannot wait to see what happens and what comes about on this little farm. One of my first projects is the garden and getting it ready, and I was actually out earlier scooping manure in the back field, and then all the cows came up. I got a little nervous because there was like 50 cows and they don't know me, so I stopped scooping manure and hopped the hot fence. And then I texted my friend who is familiar with cows, and she's like, yeah, cows kill more people than sharks every year. Anyways, and something that's super important to me too is I feel like I am close to my homesteading forebears by being able to do this and learn. It is such a learning curve. I know I haven't even gotten into the heart of it, but learning how to farm and learning how to move pipe and learning how to garden. I'm a newer gardener. One of my friends a few months ago, they couldn't keep 2 of their dogs, and so I knew I was going to be getting some area, a little chunk of land, and so I offered to take the dogs instead of them going to a shelter. So I have 2 new friends, 2 new little dogs who have joined our family, and Kintla is so amazing. She's so amazing with the dogs, and she's over in the bushes right now hunting, so it's really cool. Yeah, it's just so neat. My house is a little farmhouse. It's old and needs some love, a lot of love, and my heat is wood burning stove, and so I have a wood pile where I'm learning to go out and chop with an axe. Probably need to get a wood cutter soon. I need to move the wood up to an overhang that's closer to the house so I don't have to go far out. It's in the back of the property, and it sounds so weird saying property instead of yard. I kind of just want to call it yard, a really big yard. And I also need to get some steel toe shoes for when I'm chopping an axe. That is definitely a learning curve. You guys will come with me and chop some wood here soon. This farm has years of accumulated stuff on it that the previous owners weren't able to all get all of it out, and so it's been a mixture of doing that, like cleaning it up, and a mixture of sealing my house. So there was concrete that was cracked. You guys can check out my concrete video where me and my dad went through and sealed the cracks in the concrete to preserve the life, because water gets in there, disturbs the concrete, and it splits, and there is like a concrete patio in front of my house, and it was really split. Also, another thing that I've been battling is the farm bugs that come into the house. They think that the house is also their farm. So part of that was due to the house not being sealed, so they find all the crevices to come inside, and then the grass went right up next to the house, and so when the grass goes right up next to the house, the bugs just crawl on in. They think that the house is also the grass, and I wrote a blog on how to like clear a house out of bugs and what I have been doing. It sounds crazy, but it's a farmhouse, and so I've just been working on projects, sealing around the house. I had to get my kitchen ready. My kitchen was very old, and I went through all of the cupboards and lined them with a liner, and surprisingly they took a long time. And I'm also learning out here that it's nice to do meal prep, so then I can just like go, because cooking one meal at a time and just having one meal at a time is time consuming. So I'm learning to cook a lot at one time and storing it, whether that's in the freezer or just like preparing. And so you guys are going to see a lot of meal prep videos on here. So freezer meal prep and just meal prep in general. I'm also going to be learning to prepare my garden beds and getting ready for the gardening season next year. And I have 4 or 5 raised garden beds in this mini greenhouse. So I'm gonna just try and do the best that I can. And I'm really excited. So you can see some of the berry bushes back there. There's a lot of berry bushes in the raised garden bed, which I wouldn't want to use a raised garden bed for. So I might do some transplanting. I'm gonna have to read up on like transplanting for berries, because I want to use the raised garden bed for like my tomatoes and cucumbers and squash and stuff, and then have the berries maybe line the garden bed. I'm not sure. I gotta get a plan. This first year is probably I'm just gonna go for it and just see how it turns out. Yeah, I love my Kent LaRue so much. But I am very grateful, because this property is something, it wasn't something that I manifested. It was truly a miracle and a remarkable blessing that I worked for and worked towards. And it's cool to see that even before something like this was my desire, that there was things happening in my life for it to eventually come to fruit and eventually happen. Hey, Kentla, over here, please. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, come play over here. Thank you. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do in the greenhouse. I've met some really amazing friends who, well, one friend has a huge greenhouse, probably like 10 times the size of that, and just grew an immaculate garden. So I'll be consulting her. And I'm gonna have to build a fence around my garden just because of all the deer. They've destroyed some of my baby fruit trees. I didn't know that they had to be surrounded by like a fence for those baby fruit trees. But anyways, I'm so excited. Welcome to my farm and all the projects. You guys are just gonna be coming along with me with everything. Literally everything that I'm doing out here, you guys are gonna be coming along to see to see how it goes. My heart is just so full. It is so full every single day. I get to look at the mountains, just express all of my gratitude. And I would seriously be lying to myself and lying to everybody if I didn't admit that this was truly like a miracle, a God-given blessing and miracle. I am forever grateful, and I'm never gonna forget, ever. So thank you for coming along this far. And also I stream video games. If you guys didn't know, I stream on Twitch TV, and this was a very long intro, but I am so excited, and welcome to my homestead. Alright, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can come along with me. And have a good day. Go girl!